An extra $1,000 a month doesn't sound like get-rich money, and it isn't. But stack it up and it's $12,000 a year, enough to knock out debt, build a real emergency fund, or just stop feeling like every paycheck disappears before the month is over. Here's what this video isn't. It's not another 10 apps that pay you $2 to answer surveys list. Those don't move the needle. What I'm covering instead is 5 real paths to an extra grand a month, ranked from fastest to start to most scalable long-term. Some you can start literally tonight. Some take a few weeks to build momentum. I'll tell you the real-time investment for each, not the fantasy version. Let's get into it. Freelance, a skill you already have. The fastest path to extra income usually isn't learning something new. It's packaging a skill you already use at your day job and selling it separately. If you can write clearly, format a spreadsheet, design a slide deck, edit video, manage a calendar, or just organize information, someone will pay for that as a freelance service. You don't need to be an expert. You need to be reliably good at one specific thing. How to actually start. First, pick one narrow service. Not marketing help, but I write email newsletters for small e-commerce brands. Narrow sells better than broad, because a specific offer sounds like an expert and a broad one sounds like a generalist. Second, set up a profile on a platform like Upwork or Fiverr, or honestly, just post in relevant Facebook groups or subreddits where your ideal client hangs out. Platforms take a cut, but hand you built-in demand. Direct outreach takes more effort, but keeps more of what you earn. Third, and this is the part people skip, send 10 outreach messages or apply to 10 jobs before you judge whether freelancing works. Most people quit after 2 attempts and conclude the whole thing doesn't work. It usually just means you haven't hit the volume needed yet. Realistic math. One client paying $500 a month for 4 hours of work a week gets you halfway to the goal on its own. 2 of those and you're past it. The honest timeline. Your first client might take 1 to 3 weeks to land. After that, referrals and repeat work speed things up significantly. This is the one method on this list that tends to get easier over time instead of staying flat. Sell a simple digital product. Freelancing trades your hours for money. A digital product breaks that trade. You build it once and it can sell while you sleep. This doesn't mean building a course or an app. The most successful small digital products are boring and specific. A budgeting spreadsheet, a resume template, a set of Notion planning pages, a printable meal planning system, a set of Lightroom presets. How to actually start. Look at what you already made for yourself that solved a real problem. The spreadsheet you built to track your own expenses. The template you made for your own job search. If it solved your problem, it'll solve someone else's. Package it cleanly. Price it low. Usually $5 to $25 for this kind of product. And list it on a platform like Etsy or Gumroad, where people are already searching for exactly this kind of thing. The unlock isn't the product, it's traffic. A great product with zero visibility sells nothing. Post it where the people who need it already are. Relevant subreddits. Pinterest. Short-form video showing the product in use. Realistic math. At $10 a sale, you need about 100 sales a month to hit $1,000. That sounds like a lot, until you remember it's spread across an entire month. And one popular post or video can produce a big chunk of that on its own. The honest timeline. This one's slower to start than freelancing. Expect weeks before real sales volume. But once it's built, it keeps earning, with very little ongoing work. It's the method with the best ratio of effort to income after the first couple of months. Local services through gig apps. This is the most underrated category because people jump straight to rideshare driving and skip the higher-paying local service gigs. Apps like TaskRabbit, Rover, or Care.com connect you directly with people who'll pay well for specific help. Assembling furniture, yard work, pet sitting, moving help, tutoring, light handyman work. These tend to pay noticeably more per hour than delivery driving because you're solving a specific problem instead of just transporting something. How to actually start. Pick 2 or 3 service categories that match something you're already decent at. You don't need to offer everything. Build a simple profile with a few real, honest details about your experience and price yourself at or slightly under the local average to get your first few reviews. Reviews are the entire game here. A handful of good ones and you can raise your price. Realistic math. A single weekend day doing task-based gigs at $25 to $40 an hour can realistically bring in $150 to $300. 2 solid weekend days a month covers a meaningful chunk of the $1,000 goal on their own. The honest timeline. You can have a profile live and your first job within a few days. The ramp up is fast. The trade-off is that it's active income. The money stops when you stop showing up. Unlike the digital product from part 2. Sell what you already own the right way. This one gets dismissed as not real income, but done properly, reselling is a legitimate, repeatable source of a few hundred extra dollars a month, sometimes more. There are two versions of this. The slow version is just decluttering your own closet and garage, a decent one-time boost, but it runs out. The repeatable version is sourcing underpriced items, thrift stores, garage sales, clearance racks, Facebook Marketplace listings priced too low, and reselling them for a real markup. How to actually start. Pick one category you already understand well enough to spot value. Clothing brands, tools, furniture, electronics. Knowing what's actually worth something is the entire skill here. Without it, you're just guessing. List on the platform that matches the item. eBay for shippable niche items. Facebook Marketplace for local furniture and larger pieces. Poshmark or Depop for clothing. Good photos and an honest, specific description do more for your sale price than almost anything else. Realistic math. Sourcing an item for $10 and reselling it for $40 to $60 is a completely normal flip in categories like furniture or branded clothing. Doing 3 to 5 of those a month gets you a meaningful chunk of $1,000 without much time investment. The honest timeline. You can list your first item today. The skill of spotting good deals takes a few weeks to sharpen. Your first flips probably won't be your most profitable ones, and that's normal. Pick up flexible gig work strategically. Rideshare and delivery apps, Uber, Lyft, DoorDash, Instacart, are the most familiar option on this list, and also the most misused one. Most people just open the app randomly and drive around, which is why they end up disappointed with the hourly pay. How to actually start. Don't drive randomly. Drive strategically. Peak windows, weekday lunch rushes, weekend dinner hours, Friday and Saturday nights. Pay meaningfully more per hour than slow midday stretches, because demand and any surge pricing are concentrated there. Track your actual hourly rate for a week, not just total earnings. Gas, wear on your car, and app fees eat into the number more than people account for. If your real hourly rate is low, that's a signal to shift your hours, not necessarily to quit the platform entirely. Realistic math. Working focused, high-demand blocks, say 8 to 10 hours a week during peak windows, realistically nets $200 to $400 a month after expenses, depending on your city and the platform's current rates. The honest timeline. This is the fastest of all 5 to start. Sign up today, earn tonight. It's also the least scalable, long-term, since the income caps out at the hours you personally put in. It's a strong bridge option while you build one of the other 4. Conclusion. So to recap, freelancing a skill you already have, selling a simple digital product, local service gigs, strategic reselling, and flexible gig work done during peak hours. You don't need all 5. You need one done consistently for 60 to 90 days before you judge whether it's working. Most people quit right before the momentum kicks in, especially with freelancing and digital products, because the first few weeks are genuinely the slowest part. Pick the one that matches the time you actually have this month, not the one that sounds the most impressive. Consistent and boring beats ambitious and abandoned every time. If this was useful, subscribe for more practical breakdowns like this, and let me know in the comments which of these 5 you're starting with. I read every one, and I'll do a deeper dive on whichever gets the most requests.